What's going on, everybody? It's your boy Payne. Welcome back to another Street Fighter Duel video. Alright guys, a couple things I want to talk about today. So, donating my cream first off to the lucky batch of cakes that we're making. Everybody needs a little bit of, oh look at that, that was actually pretty fire. I got 5 of those. Everybody needs a little bit of cream on their cake. Oh look, I'm not gonna lie to you, my cream's been actually providing quite a bit of lucrative rewards in this game. So, let's talk a little bit about something that I want to discuss, and I think it needs to be kind of talked about anyways. Now, Hayes and I have been having some good chats, and shout out to Hayes. He's been putting out some fire content. Go check out his channel if you have not been. He's been doing what I used to do, just put out a crap ton of videos. Good for you, buddy. Anyways, the main thing we've been kind of chatting about is this new method of divination at half price, and whether it's going to be continued going after the anniversary or not, and whether it's kind of the devs' way of making the pity a real thing or not. So I'm under the impression, there's no leaks, by the way. This is not about anyone saying anything to anybody. This is more just my thoughts on this, okay? So I want to just, and I think I'm pretty business savvy. And I apologize, guys, ahead of time. I'm a little red here. Mosquitoes beat the shit out of me outside because I was gardening. And yeah, so you're going to see a little bit of redness here. Ignore it. It's fine. I'm not dying. So, pity. I know there's been talks a lot, and I don't know where they came from, to be quite honest with you, and why they were even a discussion of the fact that maybe in the future there may be something, or there will be something implemented. I know a couple people have said that, and I don't know where they got that information from, because the last I remember was Crunchyroll had presented the devs with a couple options, being like, hey, this is what we think you guys should do to make it a little more F2P friendly and give everybody a little bit of a break and a breather. And I'm going to come out and say this. This is just my own thoughts on this after reviewing everything that's happened for this anniversary. I think that solution was, in fact, this whole 50% off divination summons. So, the question now becomes, is that going to be the norm, and is that replacing the pity? I don't think we're ever going to see a pity in this game, guys. I think I mentioned that there's talks about it back when the Ninja Turtles thing was was something to talk about, which was essentially the collab. I still think is going to happen one day or another, if they can get those licenses and rights and continue with it. But I don't think we're ever going to see a pity. So I don't want people to have this false hope or false dream of that ever happening, because if you really think about it, the 50% off of the unit that comes out, if it's Master and Infernal, if it's not limited, makes sense that they would treat it like a pity, because let's be real, we said this in the last video that I talked about when it came down to divination, not the last one, but a few videos ago, when I said it's actually harder now to hold on to divination tickets than it is limited time tickets, and it's a fact. It actually is harder now to actually get a pool. Now, if you were to, let's say, spend all of your tickets on which jury, and let's just say another big unit comes out, well, you're kind of screwed, right? And Hayes and I discussed that part for sure. Like he mentioned it, and I agree with him completely. Like, if you are going to be going in for which jury, your next big unit that comes out at 50%, you're going to be out of div tickets. And quite honestly, like I said this a couple videos ago when I talked about the fact that I couldn't get any more div tickets because there was like literally no method of doing it outside of losing events purposely, you're going to have to end up buying div tickets, right? Which is kind of the same thing as limited tickets. Like, it really hasn't changed much. The only difference is it's at half price. So is half price better than a pity system? Here's the thing. Some people are going to argue yes. Some people are going to argue no. And I think, what the hell's going on here? What the hell just happened? Some people are going to argue yes. Some people are going to argue no. And I think there's a reason for that, right? I think the reason why people will argue it is because some people are just getting lucky with their pulls, right? And they're going to say, oh, like, this is the same thing as a pity. I'm going to just tell you guys now it's not. And let me tell you guys the difference between a pity system, right? A good pity system versus RNG 50% off. A good pity system will carry things over. So, for example, like, if you, like in Epic 7, let's just use Epic 7, which is a massive gacha game, right? If you were to, I'm assuming, guys, you challenge everything with a little light on. Those are probably easier. Go back to light later and challenge the other guys. I think that's how this system works. If you go to Epic 7, let's say a unit comes out and you're like semi-interested in this unit, right? But you're not fully committed. You just want to kind of like test it out, see if this unit's good, if you can get it for a cheap pity. So you can summon right, in Epic 7, and then if you don't get the unit before the pity, you could stop, and the pity will carry over to the next big unit that comes out. And then you can have an easier time pulling for that unit. Now, in Epic 7, you don't need anywhere near the same amount of dupes as you need in this game, obviously, right? So that's another big thing here that people don't seem to realize. You can get very lucky pulling a unit, but you guys know as well as I do, a unit sometimes needs the full exposure of triple S plus 2 to get the soul power, where it's going to need the vehicles available to them, the FS available to them, right? So I think a pity is way more important personally than this 50% off thing. That's just my take on it, right? Because with 50% off, you still need access to these resources somehow, right? And the only way to currently get access to any of these resources, like at the moment, if you are an old school player and don't have everything completed, like the towers and stuff, as far as you can go, is through these events, and then also getting it through purchasing, like purchasing actual like packages to get these out of the way, right? So like it's very difficult. I'm not even paying attention at this. It's very difficult to justify purchasing these packages at this cost, right? It's really, really expensive. It's very, very expensive. And yeah, so I don't think we're gonna see a pity, guys. I really don't. I don't see it happening anytime soon. I don't think we're gonna. What did this say? Full of energy by day, but weak at night. Okay, we are at night, right? Are we not at night still? How do you tell if you're at night or not? Is this nighttime? I'm assuming it is. So yeah, it's really difficult, guys, to sit here and be like, yeah, no, we're gonna definitely see a pity in the future. I don't know. Again, I don't know where this information came from or where it's coming from. I hope people are still not, assuming that's the case. Like, why would they put us? I still don't get it. Like, why would you put a pity into a system that never had one? If you were planning to do that, you would have done it months ago, in my opinion, to save the game, or it would have been during this anniversary, right? Not like if they do it during 1 year, I'll be shocked. I'll be honestly shocked. I'll leave my words up, and I'll say I was wrong. And you guys know me. I'll do that if I feel like I'm wrong about something. I'll admit it. Oh, I always do. Very interrupted. So I'm reading this here without stopping. There are some footprints next to the car jack. Someone must have jumped off the car. The tracks lead to a cave inside. There's a suspect. Blah 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 blah. Okay. Nothing simple. I thought I saw a small human figure in the undercarriage of the sedan. Worried that he might be plotting something against Metro City, I decided to follow. Perhaps some later. Perhaps they're deliberately luring me. Can you tell us what you were doing that afternoon? It may help us uncover more clues. Before the party had started, I stationed outside the secret room with another guard. The guard said that he saw a suspicious figure outside, so I went to investigate. I was tasked with watching the gate until the guards returned. After the dance party, I saw a guy's carriage preparing to leave the estate, but I saw somebody hiding under it. I suspect it was the person that the guard found earlier. Then I left the party in pursuit of the sedan. Upon reaching Guy's mansion. Guy has a mansion? The hell? The carriage finally stopped. However, there was no one underneath the carriage and nothing inside apart from a butler and piles of old books. I expected that they jumped out of the car, so I followed the tire tracks back here. The tracks led to a frozen cave up ahead. What the hell is going on with this? Okay, let's just get this out of the way. These guys are crazy, man. Anyways, so yeah, so I'm curious what you guys think. Like, do you guys think the 50% is okay? Like, are you guys satisfied if we start getting 50% off div tickets? Like, I just don't understand why even do 50%. Why not just say this is the new standard now at 2,500? Like, it just seems like a really gimmicky way, kind of like F-Chun coupons, to say like, hey, you guys can get it cheaper now. But like, are you guys okay with that? Like me personally, I think 2,500 is a great price for div, but without a pity, I mean, you could get screwed like hard, right? So, yeah, like I'm seeing a lot of people having on both spectrums with Jury, right? I'm seeing people saying like, yeah, no, it's been great for me. Like I got her to Triple S and like 200 tickets, and I'm seeing other people be like, oh no, like I got 70 tickets in, I got one copy of her. And 70 tickets equals 140, right? So keep that in mind, guys. It's not just the typical 70 tickets. We're talking about half price 70 tickets. So that would have been 140 tickets right there, gone in a multi version to get like one copy. Man, look how bad this is. Mosquito killed me. So yeah, I think personally that the div tickets are way more important still. No, this is right during the day. Okay, hold on. Let's change this up. I think the 50% off is nice. I think it should be something that becomes a standard. I don't think they need to do 50% off. I think it should just be 2,500 going forward for every single unit that comes out that's div. Because of the lack of ability to get div tickets now, I think it makes more sense to just make that the standard and keep limited tickets as they are. Now, again, I don't think we're ever going to see a pity. Please, please, please let me know how you guys feel about that, because I just can't see it happening. And this false hope like that people have of it, I think it's personally I think it's delusional. I really do. I think we've seen the true colors of how the devs operate here, and I think at the end of the day they are very savvy, knowing it's a business, and they're gonna find ways to convince people that, you know, what they're doing is right. Now, not to say that the 2,500 change is the bad thing. It's actually a good thing. It's great. Having half price on divination that we've been so used to, but I said this last time when I talked about this. It's like being stranded on an island with one cracker, and then you finally get yourself a piece of bread, and you're like, oh my God, this is the best thing I've ever eaten, right? So this is pretty much us being thrown a piece of bread from the devs to be like, hey, like look what we're doing for you guys. And again, it's not bad. It's not bad. It's just we are so accustomed to the deplorable rates and methods of gacha in this game that we're considering this to be a good thing. So that's just my take on it. Anyways, I'm going to finish this part up here, guys, and then we're going to continue on. I don't know if this is the last part or not. I think I might be one part behind at this point. I just haven't had a chance to, with all my festivities, with my wife's birthday and my kids, and getting them to go to school soon. I haven't had a chance to thoroughly be playing the anniversary. And one thing I have to admit with this anniversary is I feel like I'm not even missing much, even if I wasn't a part of it. That's another thing I find that kind of weird. I don't know if you guys feel the same way. Okay, anyways, let's check out Gaal's Suspects. See what he's got conjured up in that Captain America brain of his. Okay, Vega has appeared outside the city. You can challenge him there. Interesting. Okay, is that it? Gaal's clues. Gaal suspects Akibo got out of the sedan at some point and escaped on foot into the frozen cave. Gaal also stopped the sedan in front of Guy's home on the day of the incident, but he found nothing under it and nothing in the car except the butler. Okay, we saw that already. We read this. Okay, so let's go back. Let's go back through this portal and check out the other. I think there's one more portal left, I guess. And that is that one right there. How many? Oh, there's a lot of rewards still. What are we missing? Am I missing something here, guys? Path to Metro City. Did I miss anything? No, I got this already. I think we got it all. Okay, well there you guys have it. That takes care of that. So let me know what you guys think. I'm curious about this whole pity thing. Is it gonna make or break for you? Is the 50% off enough to justify continue rolling with this method of gacha, or are you guys still all hoping for a pity system to be put in place, and hope that that's gonna change the way things operate in this game? Again, I don't see it personally, but if you guys know something I don't, I'd love to hear it. Anyways, guys, this is Payne. I'll talk to you guys in the next one.